Welcome to my new channel, Rainbow in Bloom. It's January 2nd, 2017, and such a perfect time to launch a channel because, the beginning of the year is a time of renewal for most of us, a time to kind of assess where we were, or where we are at this moment, and take the lessons from the previous year and see what we can use to make the next year better. And so it's perfect. I'm so happy to be starting now. I wanted to tell you a bit about why I started this channel and what even Rainbow in Bloom means. Yeah. So if I'm a little out of breath, it's because I have pulmonary hypertension, and sometimes, keeping my breath can be a little bit of a challenge, especially in cold weather. And that brings me to why I started the channel. I have scleroderma, which is an autoimmune disease, and I have lupus overlap with it. And so I have mixed connective tissue disease. And I'm coming from just a few years ago being completely disabled to now, I just finished my master's and, I'm really functional. But it was a very long journey. And I know when I first started getting sick, it took a long time to get a diagnosis. I didn't know what was happening to me. I just figured I was dying, and my body was just deteriorating in front of me for no apparent reason. And I remember how scary that was. I remember what it felt like to look at all the different things that were happening to me that I had no control over. And so I wanted to start this channel just as a way to let people know whatever, health struggles you're going through, however bad things look in the moment, that, there's hope. And, I was in a place where, I just assumed that I wasn't going to last that long. I wasn't going to be around for too much longer because of everything that was happening to me, and nobody explaining, and not seeing anyone around who looked like I did. Scleroderma is an illness that causes the skin to harden. It causes overproduction of collagen. And collagen is part of the protein that forms your connective tissue, so it's everywhere. And I have the systemic version, so it's all over my body. And it affects the way you look. I look different. My body's very different. And, it's very devastating. And there are not just the physical aspect to it, but also the psychological and the emotional parts of it too, dealing with a very severe disease that affects your ability to be productive and live and be the person you always assumed you were. It changes you. So, there's hope though. In the moment of your own struggle, sometimes it can be hard to see beyond that place. But it's important to just keep persevering, and even if you can't see the end, you don't know how, where this thing is going to take you, you have to just keep putting one foot in front of the other and not think too far ahead, because you end up tripping yourself up. So I also am a survivor in remission right now from Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is an immune system cancer, and it affected my lungs. Another reason why I sometimes have trouble catching my breath. And I was diagnosed at stage 4B, so basically I was not, they didn't think I would live. My heart stopped. I died and came back to life. So, and a lot of it, really, it wasn't, I consider the doctors and everyone who took care of me and all the resources available tools that God put in my life to save me, and to tell my story, that He's real, and let you know that there's something to hold on to and there's a reason to keep going. So yeah, Rainbow in Bloom, what does that mean? Well, I have an Instagram page by that name, Rainbow in Bloom, and when I started it, it was really more about how I dress and like the style I like and things, so colorful and floral. So I was thinking, oh, rainbow and bloom, flowers and lots of beautiful colors. But when I think about it in terms of, when I decided to start a channel, I thought what I would call it. I thought, well, let me use Rainbow and Bloom. And then I started to think about what a rainbow is, and what blooming, what it is to bloom. A rainbow is, something that appears in the sky after a storm, usually after a storm and after a bad storm. After the worst storms, you see the most beautiful rainbows cutting across the sky, and that's kind of like what I see my life is now. Like I came through this horrific storm, and now I'm in a place where I can really spread my wings and, become even better probably than I would have been if I hadn't been through that struggle, because, struggles teach you how strong you are, and struggles teach you how to be resilient, how to just kind of take what is happening and, not be taken out by it. And when something is in bloom, it's coming into its full being. It's coming into its most beautiful self. It's accomplishing its purpose. And so those two things together really define my life right now and what I hope and strive for in my life right now. And so yeah, Rainbow and Bloom. As far as what I learned from the previous year, 2016 year was a very hard year for me. In the beginning of the year, it was health-wise, but most of 2016, my health has been pretty good. But otherwise, I had some real interesting experiences and struggles and really bitter disappointments. But I learned two things: patience and prudence. I call them the twins. That's my thing now, patience and prudence. That's what I'm going to focus on. To be patient. Even God says wait. We know wait on the Lord, be still and let me be God. I'm paraphrasing. But it really is true. Patience is so important because patience gives you a chance to kind of take a step back and really assess a situation, and make a prudent decision. So they go hand in hand. When you act hastily, you make foolish decisions. And so I saw that in 2016, and I know that I have to do better with that. And then the other piece of my sort of motto for the year, my mantra for the 2017 is fail forward. So, when you take risks, when you're trying to create something, create a life, or, you're an entrepreneur like me, I'm entrepreneurial, and I have business goals, things are going to happen, failures are going to come, but the goal is to, take lessons from those failures. And with every failure in the future, it's a better failure in terms of like, what the magnitude of how you grow from that failure, and what you can accomplish with those lessons, bigger accomplishments. So you're still moving forward, even though sometimes you might not get the result you want. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2017. And that's it for my first video, and I'm going to do these every week, so please look out for my posts, subscribe to my channel, and I'm still working on this thing, trying to, you know, get it right, but hopefully stick with me and we can, you know, get to know each other, and hopefully I can give some inspiration if you, you know, if you need it, and that would be my privilege. Okay, I'm babbling. All right, thank you. Till next time.